YouTube too. I think I am. Yes. Okay. Perfect. All right. So I guess I'll just dive in, shall we? Give me a little, oh, it says broadcasted. Okay. Give me a little hello or a like if you're here, if you're watching live. Let me know. So welcome to day of the Dream Body Blueprint, and I'm so excited to dive in today. We're going to be chatting about High-Virgy. We're going to be chatting all about how beliefs shape your body, and I'm also going to answer all of your questions, not all of them, because there's a lot of them on my Instagram stories. I'm gonna do the first 3, and then tomorrow I'll continue answering the questions as we go. So if you have any questions that come up, feel free to post them in the group or send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, and I can answer them. Hi, Lauren. Okay, so first things first, all the live streams will be done here as well as in Kajabi, and they'll all be housed in Kajabi. So I'm deleting it off the Facebook group just because I couldn't go and check through if everyone actually signed up. So it's going to be housed in Kajabi. You can watch that at any time. They will live there forever. And I highly recommend downloading the Kajabi app because it just makes things very easy and simple. It's just like an app from the App Store, and when you have it, you can access everything from your phone. You can download things. You can listen to it like when you're on the go, so you don't need Wi-Fi or data. And everything for this course, Dream Body Blueprint, is going to be found in the bonus courses section. And if you scroll down, there's the dream. Can you see that? It's hard to see. There we go. Dream Body Blueprint. So you can click into there. You can download it. You can listen to it at any time. And I really do find when I'm in the process of manifesting something, it's great to just be in the energy of someone who really gets it. So the more you can listen to and absorb all the videos for the next 3 days, as well as if you're here, you have the Dream Body guide that I sent out, as well as all the other videos that I've done on Dream Body, because I have lots of content on Dream Body. So the more you can absorb it, the better. Use the free week. And so when you signed up for this event, you subscribe to a membership, which is $30 USD a month, and you can cancel this anytime. I emailed instructions to you. But I definitely recommend trying out everything that you can that's available. And if you want to stay, I would love to have you in the membership. I do put out new content every single week, new meditations, new workouts, I'm doing a crystal guide and a tarot guide, new daily mindset designs every single month. So there's always new content. There's always live streams every other week. And it's just the best, most highest vibe place on the internet, aside from my magic. So manifesting Dream Body, sorry, just a few, housekeeping things. Manifesting Dream Body is launching next week, which is my big 8-week, and now it's a 9-week course that goes through everything you need to manifest and maintain your dream body with ease. And it's $11 USD, and there's payment available. You have it for life, all new updates. So people that bought it a year ago are getting this update. You're always in it, always in the Facebook group. And it includes 9 weeks of videos, very comprehensive workbook, textbook, as well as weekly meditations, weekly videos. And every week pairs a manifestation principle geared towards Dream Body, obviously, with an intuitive eating principle, as well as self-love work every week. So it's really a game changer. You can check out the testimonials on the Dream Body page on my website. And since you guys are part of the Dream Body Blueprint, I'm offering you guys a discount to join the course. So I'm giving you guys $200 USD off, which I think is a pretty fabulous deal. And you just have to use it before the end of the day on Monday, the 14th. So I posted the link in the description. It's also in the day 1 post. Okay, let's dive in. And please don't hesitate to let me know if you guys have any questions along the way. So I really want to chat today about how our beliefs are shaping our bodies, and through our actions, daily habits, the placebo effect. I have a lot to talk about today, as well as how food is digested differently and how your body responds to workouts based off your beliefs. So let's just start with the most basic aspect of our thoughts. And our thoughts literally create everything that you experience. So every single thing you see around you was once just a thought, laptop, jean jacket. And when it was combined with belief, it created a result. So our thoughts create feelings, which we take action from and therefore get our results from. And I made a handy little chart for you guys. Thought, feeling, result. Thought, feeling, action, result. So, and this is just a really handy thing that you can use towards anything. I just love it. So in terms of dream body, let's take a look at the thought, feeling, action and see how it leads to different results. And keep in mind that all thoughts and feelings draw in like thoughts and feelings through law of attraction. So if you're new to manifestation, there's just so much that I want to cover over the next 3 days. So I'm not going to be talking as much about law of attraction. I'm just going to try and really keep it focused on dream body. But I have lots of videos in the membership all about manifestation. Maybe the 10-day manifestation challenge would be a good one to look at. And that's in the bonus courses. So this is just the most basic aspect. We're not even diving into the subconscious mind yet, how the universe works. But let's take a thought. So a thought could be, I'm so uncomfortable and I need to lose weight. And that thought creates a feeling of discouragement and lack. And you're coming from a place of you're not good enough where you are. That's what I mean by lack. And then the action that you take from that place, this could lead you to take action on a diet. P.S. I do not condone dieting. But the problem with this is that you're coming from a place of discouragement and lack, which is only drawing in more discouragement and lack. And you're already starting this diet with the law of attraction creating that for you. So even if you did do an entire week on this diet and maybe you don't even lose a thing, you're going to feel even more hopeless and discouraged than ever, which keeps the cycle moving. And the result is that you're not seeing the results you want, you're feeling discouraged, and it's hard. And even if you do lose weight, you're still attracting in the discouragement. You're taking action out of this place. So it will most likely be slow progress. And truthfully, any action you take out of a place of discouragement is destined to fail, unfortunately. As well as the minute things get hard and stressful, the chances of powering through it are very slim. So when we're utilizing willpower to see results, it's never going to work long-term. And you need to change your identity or you're always going to be coming back to self-sabotage. So I'm going to dive more into self-sabotage as well, or things will happen that will make you slide backwards. So the most important part is that we need to shift our thoughts and our identity first before we're taking action. And if you are someone that is always on and off a diet, up and down, that's because you haven't changed your identity first. It's the taking action without changing the thought is putting a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. You can't willpower your way to success. We need to shift the identity, and that is going to that's where effortless weight loss happens. So before you take action, you need to get into alignment with your dream body, which I'm going to chat more about today and give you guys some homework for that, which is going to lead you to a completely different set of thoughts, feelings, actions. So for example, you can be I love that I have a healthy functioning body and I'm excited to feel leaner. That's your thought. The feeling that leads to is hope, excitement, love. And then the action is coming from a completely different place. So even if you do the same diet as before, law of attraction is going to be bringing you hope, excitement, love in regards to your dream body. So you'll find more foods that you love. You'll be led in the perfect direction. It's going to be enjoyable. You'll be energized. You'll see your results. You don't need to use willpower if you're coming from this place, which is automatically going to increase your results. So the number one thing that I want you guys to think about in terms of dream body is that it needs to be enjoyable and something that you love. And if you're trying to eat foods that you hate and counting calories, even though it makes you anxious, or hitting the gym at 5 a.m. every day, even though you aren't a morning person, you're literally setting yourself up for failure right out of the gate. So this is the most important thing with manifestation, is that you do not get to decide the how. So there is a million different ways that you could end up in your dream body. And we have such a small, as humans, we have such a small, limited view of our possibilities. So we can only really think of diet and exercise. That's how you lose weight. That's how we're taught. But there is a myriad of options that the universe can bring you. And that is truly what I learned as well. So this applies to dream body as well. I'm not going to give you guys a how. And that is where the manifesting part of dream body comes in. And the how is not your concern. So there's definitely a lot more trust involved. But your only job is to start getting your thoughts, feelings, and actions in line with the dream body version of you. And then the results are going to come in the most magical, effortless way. And this is where my program is just completely different than any other diet or workout regime, because I'm asking you to let go of control with your body in a society that teaches us that control is the only way. And that is very scary, and I totally understand that. But I can tell you that if you can let go and trust me and trust the universe and trust the testimonials of the women that have done my program before, you truly can have effortless weight loss and maintain it forever. And if you don't know my story, I spent 16 years in massive struggle with food and my body and binge eating. So if I can shift my identity and thoughts, you absolutely can, I promise you. So the best thing about this thought, feeling, action kind of cycle is that you can start anywhere in the cycle and start to shift certain aspects to get to the root of what needs to change, which is always the thought and the feeling. So as part of your homework, I want you guys to kind of choose a part of the cycle and start filling it out. So this will probably help you guys have some big light bulbs in terms of like, okay, so let's say you're resolved. And since you're here, I'm assuming it's like, right now my body is not where I want to be, where you want it to be. That's kind of the result that you're living in. So what is your dominant thought around your body? What is your dominant feeling around your body? And what is the action that those are leading to? And just do some journaling on that and see what comes up for you. Because at the end of the day, your thoughts and your feelings are always going to be the most important aspect of the results that you're getting. And side note, you don't need to be like super happy all the time and be totally in love with your body to see results. I still have bad body image days, but it's more so the dominant, like 50-60%, 51 to 60% is going to start tipping the scales in your favor. So that is just like a very surface level part of dream body. Then we've got the subconscious mind, and as well as allowing in like the magic of manifestation and trusting the universe and the power of visualization. There's so much, the placebo effect. So if you don't get your subconscious mind on board, that's when all the self-sabotage creeps in. So you need to take a really good look at your identity at the core. And if you don't have the identity of a thin person, you will continue to go around and around an endless cycle of up and down, and it will seem very out of control. Like it's like not even your fault. For example, you might see really amazing results and then break your leg and like gain it back. But your subconscious mind is going to win every single time. And luckily in the Dream Body course, I've got like all the hypnosis for you and meditations and homework so you can start changing your identity for good. And if you want to check them out now because you have access, there's a lot of really good meditations in the meditation section. There's like a safe weight loss one, speeding up your metabolism, fat burning, muscle building. There's a whole bunch in there. Okay, so something cool that really blows people's minds from the Dream Body course is in terms of identity is these questions. And I went and asked one of my best friends these questions, who was my roommate. And she has been naturally thin her entire life, but she doesn't really work out consistently. Like she does sometimes, she doesn't other times, like she doesn't care. She eats when she's hungry, she stops when she's full. Sometimes I'd come home and she would eat a salad. Sometimes I'd come home and she was eating peanut butter out of Nutella out of the jar. Like just a very normal eater. So I asked her these questions, and I want you guys to think about how your answers differ from hers. So do you have a body part that you complain about, and what do you believe to be true about it? So think of your answer, and then hers was just like, no body part that I complain about. And then what is your answer for what do you believe is an effective workout routine? And her answer was that I don't believe I need to work out. I walk the dog. I've gone through phases of exercise, but she's always stayed the same size regardless if she's like training for Tough Mudder or doing nothing. The next question is, what do you believe you need to eat or do to lose weight? And this is very important because this is, whatever your answer is for this is what you are creating in your reality. So if you believe that you need to cut calories and work out every day to lose weight, the universe is like, okay, like you have to cut calories, you have to work out every day or you're not going to see results. But if you believe you can eat whatever you want, it'll shift your mindset and lose weight, the universe is like, okay, great. So remember that the universe is always saying yes, it's always supporting you. So her answer for that was, I don't even think about it. Like she doesn't even think about losing weight or what you need to eat or do to lose weight. And then the next question is, have your parents or family members ever made a comment about your body that stuck out to you? So sometimes that can really stick with us. Like my mom has this thing about her arms, and she never said anything about my arms, but I have a thing about my arms now that I really need to get over. And hers was like just that I'm tall. Next question, do you believe you have certain limitations or injuries when it comes to exercise where there are things you cannot do? And she said, not really. Like she's like, I can't really run for long distances because my pelvis is out of alignment, but she's run a half marathon a few times. How do you view, okay, so this is really interesting. How do you view sugar and junk food, and how do you feel when you eat it? So think about like what your answer is to that question, and hers is, I don't have any feelings about really any foods. I never feel like I can't eat something. If I want to eat it, I will. If I won't, I don't. Like she doesn't feel pressured by others. And she said, I would never say like, I can't have that. And then lastly, do you constantly criticize or view your body negatively or positively in the mirror? And she said, I rarely look at myself in the mirror, to be honest, since that she's content with her body. So I feel like that is quite just eye-opening, and I would love to hear what you guys think about that and what your answers are in comparison. And if you're thinking that it's just for genes, there is actually the study of epigenetics that shows us that we can turn on and off certain genes through and our thoughts. So my friend, being raised by someone who believed that she was naturally thin, like her mom, carried on to Miranda, which potentially could have changed her genes. Maybe she was born that way. But how many people do you know that are siblings and have the exact same parents and completely different bodies? It really is our subconscious beliefs that have been ingrained and that are creating long-term results. And it could be like the smallest offhand comment that can really shift everything, unfortunately, which is so annoying. Like our subconscious mind can really latch onto things when they're like felt with emotion. So for example, like me and my sister are very similar, like shape and size, but she has never worried about her body in her life. She eats McDonald's every single week. She has a 6-pack and she goes for like wings every Wednesday. It's never been a thing for her. She's never worried. But me, I was raised in the exact same household and was like gripped with eating disorders and bad body image and bulimia, and like it's just so crazy the differences that can happen even in siblings. So I just really want this to open your mind to a completely different possibility. Our subconscious minds are running the show. They are determining our metabolism, our digestion, our heart rate, our breathing rate, our healing. Like we need to be utilizing that in our weight loss. It's so important. So I want to give an example of how our beliefs change how the food we eat is digested, as well as our beliefs on exercise change how our body responds to exercise, which I think is so fascinating. So I did post this study on Instagram yesterday, so you may have read it already, but did you know that how you perceive a food to be, for example, like indulgent, rich, decadent, changes how it is absorbed and digested in the body? Katie said, yes, when I was a kid, my mom told me short people can't eat a lot, and that has always stuck up with me and created after thinking, right? It's so frustrating. But the good news is that we can change the belief. So once that's a big part of Dream Body, is bringing up the like subconscious or unconscious beliefs and then changing them, which is totally possible. You can shift that belief. But yeah, that probably has stuck with you forever and changed how you're eating and how your body is responding to food. So in this milkshake experiment, researchers took the same high-calorie milkshake and labeled one indulgent, loaded with calories and rich, and the other one was like a Sensi shake. They called it like healthy, nutritious, fat-free, and low-calorie. And it was the exact same milkshake, but the two groups of testers didn't know this. So they measured their hunger hormones, which is ghrelin and leptin, after they drank their shakes, and there was a huge difference in how the hormones were showing up in their body. And the people that thought they drank the indulgent shake, their hunger hormone dropped significantly, 3 times as much as the group that believed it was healthy. 3 times. That's insane. And what does that mean? So ghrelin is your hunger hormone, and when you have high ghrelin levels, you are going to feel really hungry. So the people that were drinking the exact same milkshake but believed it was healthy had 3 times as much hunger hormone running through their body post-milkshake, even though they had the exact same milkshake. And when you have high levels of ghrelin, you're going to be hungrier. You're also going to be craving more carbohydrate-rich foods, and its main function is to increase your appetite and store calories as fat. So literally just believing something is low calorie, even if it's not, can cause you to be hungry and unsatisfied. And we talk a lot about satisfaction and that sort of thing with intuitive eating and how that relates to dream body. You'll also store a higher percentage of food as fat, and you'll be gaining weight. Like rats that are injected with ghrelin experience rapid weight gain. So no wonder diets don't work. Literally from the get-go, we're feeling unsatisfied, and that is creating us to be more hungry. Have you ever started a diet and been like, all of a sudden you just can't stop thinking about food and you're so hungry? That's why. So in terms of exercise, Lauren said, I've been told since I was 10 that I will just have a slow metabolism and it will never be easy to be thin. Okay, that's so interesting. So I actually did some research into metabolism, and unless you have like an extreme metabolic disorder, the variance in the 80% of people's metabolism throughout the world is actually only like 100 to 180 calories. And that does not explain the variance in weight throughout the world. So a lot of us believe like, oh, I just have a slow metabolism. That's what I thought too, until I started telling the story that I have a fast metabolism, and the more I eat, the more I lose weight. That's one of my favorites. And yeah, so like that is not a big difference in like the majority of the world. We only vary between 100 and 200 calories of our metabolism. So that's insane. So you probably don't have a slow metabolism, and it can be easy for you to be thin. Okay, so this is the housekeeper study and how our belief around exercise changes our results in our bodies. So at the start of the study, they took 84 maids. They quizzed about like how much exercise they got. A third of them said they got no exercise at all. 2/3 said they did not work out regularly. And then they took like measurements of their fitness levels, which indicated that they did have like poor health of sedentary people. And then they split the group in half, and one group were told that cleaning 15 rooms daily and like pushing vacuum cleaners, scrubbing tubs, pulling sheets constitutes as more than enough activity to meet the general's like recommendation of 30 minutes of physical activity a day. And then they even like went into specifics and posted it in the lounges in the hotels where they worked to serve as reminders like that they're getting exercise. And then a month later, and then the other women were they just were the control group. They weren't told anything. A month later, they checked back, and the group that was told that their daily movement constituted as exercise each person lost an average of 2 pounds, and their blood pressure had gone down 10 points, and they were all like, their BMI had gone down, their waist hip ratio had gone down, like literally just by telling them what they did each day constituted as exercise, even though they did not change their behavior in any way, allowed them to lose weight, which is so interesting. So literally, you can take even just those 2 studies. Like this is the smallest of testing dream body, and I'm already seeing how powerful beliefs can be. Because if you did nothing else but shift your belief around the food that you're eating and the exercise that you're doing, you could change the hormones in your body and see weight loss results. Like just by doing that. That's not even to mention the million other things that I have inside the course. So the placebo effect is just so powerful. It's incredible. And even if you know that you're taking a placebo pill, you can still see results. So there's a study of like IBS sufferers, and they were told like this is a placebo pill, but it has been proven to help your IBS symptoms. And they had the exact same results as people taking the IBS medication, like improving it by 80% or something. I need to look up the actual numbers of that study, but it was quite mind-blowing. It's in the Dream Body book. Okay, so that was what I wanted to chat about first, and then I just want to answer a few questions. So, and there's lots of questions, so I'll continue doing a Q&A each day, and if anything comes up, please do post it in the Facebook group. So how to stay motivated when you don't see results for weeks. So this is going to come back to if you're doing something that you love and enjoy, there's no need for motivation. So with manifesting Dream Body, you don't need willpower and to force yourself to do things to see results. And I would take a really good look at what your dominant thoughts are, especially around seeing results. So what do you believe you need to do to see results, like in that question earlier, because that is creating your results. Like, do you believe in the method that you're choosing? You need to like take a good look at those like naturally thin questions. What are you believing compared to like what my friend is believing, and getting your mindset in alignment with the dream body version of you first, and then follow the inspired actions that come from that. Because if you're not motivated because you're not seeing results, you're doing something that you're not enjoying. And that means that you're coming from a place of like lack and not enjoying your body. Like the first example that I gave, which is never going to work. So you need to shift the thoughts first and then see what comes to you instead of trying to control the how. So like, okay, so for example, when I started my dream body journey, and I just decided to like try this out. I read the book You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I was like, okay, I'm going to visualize each day, and I'm just going to love and accept my body where it is. I'm going to practice so much gratitude, and I'm going to follow the inspiration that comes. And I literally started working out way less. Like I used to work out for hours a day. Now, I mean, I haven't worked out in a week, but now I'm doing like, I really haven't been working out, but I usually do enjoy working out, but I stopped doing that. I started doing like 15-minute workouts and walking more. And I started meditating more and visualizing more. And because I was like, that's what I needed to do to see results. And like, once I came from that place, I had the like ideas come to me. So, I mean, this is a whole other big topic around the subconscious mind and the universal subconscious mind, but you just need to start living from a place of like, if I was in my dream body, how would I feel? And then follow the guidance that comes instead of trying to control the how. Hopefully that makes sense. Next question is, what if you have 100 pounds to lose? How do you do that, and where do you start? So that is going to be exactly the same method as someone that has 10 pounds to lose. It's just going to take a little bit longer. And I realize that 100 pounds can feel totally overwhelming. So I would start with getting a really clear idea of your identity of who you are in your dream body. So does that person run a few times a week? Then you can start taking action from there. So perhaps then you could just start with a walk around the block and visualize running. So visualization is such an incredibly powerful tool. Actually, one of my favorite studies involves visualization. This was like what convinced me to start like just playing around with manifesting dream body was this study. So they took 2 groups of people, and one group worked out 3 times a week. And then the other group just visualized the workout 3 times a week. And the group that worked out 3 times a week gained 28% muscle strength. The group that just visualized gained 24%. Like literally only a 4% difference. You can change your body through visualization, which is so mind-blowing. So that is so powerful. So I would start with that. Start with visualization. Start with getting clear on your identity as when you're in your dream body, finding things that you love and enjoy, because if you're not enjoying the process, you're never going to get there. Next question is, when I hit a certain goal, I tend to start backtracking. It's like my brain says, okay, I know how to do it now, back to normal. How do I stop that and keep momentum? So we kind of touched on this at the beginning in terms of your subconscious mind and your identity. So I would say that you haven't shifted that subconscious belief yet. So first I would just check in and be like, okay, what bad thing do I possibly unconsciously, like most likely unconsciously, believe will happen if I maintain my dream body? Or like that could be hugely eye-opening. I've had some clients be like, crazy things that you would never expect, like, oh, if I'm in my dream body, then men will like flirt with me, and then what if my husband leaves me? So obviously you're never going to get to your dream body. She doesn't want her husband to leave her. Like you never know what's kind of hiding when you get into that. Because there's always a reason we come back to that baseline, because it's more comfortable and safe. So you need to start showing your subconscious that it's safe for you to maintain your dream body. And I have a safe weight loss hypnosis in the section. So what do you believe that you can't maintain? Like, what do you believe about maintenance? Like, is it hard? Like, a lot of people always say that. Like, that's kind of a belief that people have. It's like, maintaining is the hardest part, which is why I'm doing a week 9 module on maintenance, because it is not hard. And then what would it feel like if you easily maintained your results? So stepping into that feeling. Okay, so yeah, I do have a few more questions, and I'm going to stop that for today because 30 minutes. And tomorrow, I feel like I could talk forever. That's like just a little dent, but I'm really excited. So I'm going to put some homework questions up for you inside the Kajabi course. And if you are into this and you want more and you want to go deep dive into manifesting dream body with me, the course is launching next week. You have the $200 off code that you can use until Monday evening. And if you want to use the $200 off and a payment plan, shoot me an email because I just set up a button for that. It isn't set up yet. And yeah, tomorrow, 10 a.m., we're going to be chatting about fitness, food, and freedom. And I'll answer some more questions. And yeah, I love it. I love talking about this stuff. I'm so excited that you guys are here. Thank you so much for joining me this week. And don't hesitate to message me if anything comes up. And I'll see you soon. See you tomorrow.